gentlemen, welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G, our 22nd episode. On Spill the Tea, we have the one.
She answers the line.
It's
Well, good evening, good evening. How are you this evening?
I'm doing absolutely amazing, balling out of control as
Oh, you're dressed festive as well.
Absolutely, Santa baby.
That's awesome. I've got my Every Time I Die Christmas sweater on that says I party.
Party hardy.
Yep.
Late.
That's right. And I've got, of course, my elf hat on.
Oh, 'tis the season to be jolly.
It says Santa, I know him.
Oh.
And then you can like flip it like hardcore and you can see the candy canes on the bottom. It's a fun time. So happy Thursday.
Happy Super Turn Up Thursday and happy Spill the Tea with Alicia G and our special featured guest, the one, the only Guitar God. If you're just tuning in, be sure you hit that bell for notifications.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me here on Bigo. All my social media, AliciaGWorld, www.AliciaGWorld.com. Let's do all social media, merchandise, music, and more. Do you want to spill the tea and tell everyone your social medias so they know where to find?
Yeah. I was gonna say, let me. I'll kind of. Let's go through them real quick. Oh, we got Guitar God _83 at both Twitter and Instagram. Same handles there. I also am starting a YouTube channel, which I'll promote a little bit more later, but I think I was tagged in there for tonight. But also, it's just under my name, but I'll be changing that a little bit. And then also, I do want to real quick plug, Discord is for Bigo's Discord. They actually are doing an Ask Me Anything featuring me. And I'm going to be the first one that they're asking, that they've asked to do this. And so it's actually up and live. So you guys can go and ask questions there. I'm sure we'll probably cover a few of the questions tonight. But you guys can ask any question there. And December 29th, it's going to be a featured hour. I'll be, answering all the questions live directly from the Discord, streaming it on Bigo. So
Very, very, very cool.
going to be a fun time.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Now my housekeeping is done. All that stuff is promoted. We're good to go. Now you're in control.
Oh boy. And shout out to everyone here showing love. Thank you. Guys, sure to give them a follow. Follow me. Share out this broadcast. Tap on that screen. Tell your friends. Are you guys ready? Because I know I am. This will be the 22nd episode. 22nd of Spill the Tea. Are you ready, Mr. Guitar God Hero?
I am ready.
Guitar
That's
God-
Matt Forte's number.
I call you Guitar God Hero. But you're Guitar God.
It's okay. I get that every now and then.
Alright, first of all, how did you get your name? Plain and simple.
It's kind of weird. And it's like it. So I used to stream on another app that was like a dating app, and it was just kind of like a catchy name. Like I'm the first to admit I'm not the best guitarist in the world. I can hold my own. I'm a professional guitarist, but I'm not the best. It's just a catchy name, and you know what? Like I started streaming there, and it just stuck. And I mean, I've had this handle on a dating app like a couple years ago, so now I'm kind of just stuck with it. And plus, it's catchy. Like alliterations are always catchy. Like two things with like the same letter, it's catchy. So.
I like it.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think my name is extremely marketable, and that's part of the reason for my success too. Like honestly, I just think, when you plant somebody's like a seed in somebody's brain, like call yourself that, you just manifest it.
You're Guitar God. I mean, it's just so memorizable that it's even a word. Thank you.
Also known as the Lord of Six Strings.
The Lord of Six Strings. There you have it, people.
You guys can come up with other clever ones.
So, where did Guitar God grow up? Like, we're little Guitar God. We're gonna bring it back little.
I'm from Illinois, actually. Originally, I'm from Illinois. Moved to California when I was 18. My dad moved out here while I was in high school, and I wanted to come out here for music and study music in school, and so that's kind of where I just flipped over from like being like an amateur to like learning how to become a pro was in college. But strangely enough, like I grew up I grew up learning from my neighbor and all that kind of stuff as a guitarist, and he just kind of taught me everything he could, and then I just blossomed out from there, started taking lessons. But The one thing I will say probably progressed my musical career more than anything was playing in the youth group band in church.
Oh,
And it taught me a lot about chord changes and learning how to making sure that I was had my chord changes down smooth, because that's like the building blocks for a lot of songs.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
The fundamentals of music.
Bet y'all didn't know your boy played in church.
Were you an altar boy too?
Hell no. You know what? I think I might have been for like a. I was so bad at it though. I was like, I'm not gonna keep doing this.
Did you like sip?
I kept on messing up, like ringing the bell at the wrong time. Nah.
Did you like sip the wine too?
Oh, that was the best part of church,
okay.
is drinking a big ass gulp of wine. Big gulp of wine, okay?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So growing up, did you have brothers, sisters, big family, little family?
Yeah, actually, I have a big family. Like, well, as far as this, I've got, yeah, my parents divorced when I was like 3. Both remarried when I was pretty young. So I have a younger half sister from each of their second marriages. And then I also have my full-blooded sister that is older than me. So I do have another sister that's older than me.
Okay. And now,
Yep.
school. Were you like the book smart one? Were you like the party animal, the ladies' man?
I mean,
What were you?
Okay, so I was, I guess, a little bit of like a party animal, but to be able to play, or not to be able to play, but be able to have lessons paid for by my parents, I had to get at least a B average. So I had to be decent at school for them to pay for guitar lessons. So that kind of helped me be an okay student, even though I hated everything about school, like being told what to learn and when to learn it. I like learning things on my own terms, so that's just kind of how I approached it. But yeah, I guess I tried to be a ladies' man. I mean, I guess the guitar is somewhat magical, because I don't know. I think I did okay. My girlfriend's really hot, so.
Were you the one that were like starting the parties, like hosting them, or going to the parties?
No. Like, I mean, my parents were kind of strict, so like I always had to find ways to go out into the world and get in trouble.
Oh, trouble! Spill some tea.
Yeah.
Spill some tea. Like,
Yeah.
trouble
I
here?
mean, like
stealing cars.
I mean, shit. This is going. No, nothing like felonious or anything like that. I would say like the most trouble, obviously, like hang out with the friends on Friday night. My parents would drop us off at like the bowling alley or something like that, and then like instead of like cosmic bowling, we'd go out back and drink like a bottle of whiskey between like 5 of us and get smashed, and then like the whole night we do cosmic bowling, and as long as you were like indoors, you could be out after curfew, like so. I was like 14 years old, getting drunk off of whiskey outside a bowling alley, and then going and playing cosmic bowling with the homies and stuff.
So definitely a little bit party boy. Definitely. Do you have a?
I mean, I had some fun. I wasn't like, let's go get smashed every night of the week, all that kind of stuff. But
We don't
yeah,
judge
it was
up in
fun
here.
to cut loose on the weekends.
We don't judge.
It's fun to cut loose up on the weekends. Oh no, hey, look, I partake in plenty of the herbs these days, so I'm not judgmental at all.
420 friendly. That's cool too. We don't judge either. You're in the circle of AG Army. The AG Army, the people. We want to know. We just want to know.
Hey, I live in California now, so I mean, shit, it's just like the equivalent of drinking a beer here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G and that one special guest, Guitar God himself, spilling some tea. Be sure you're following, sharing, tapping on that screen. Share out this live. We're going to spill some more tea and have some fun while we're doing it. Boom, boom, baby. So it's a little bit of a party, not too crazy, like to drink a little puff, little sip.
Yeah, I mean, I was never one to like get in any. I've never been arrested in my entire life, so yeah, I've never gotten into any like major trouble.
Okay. We'll touch like
Thank you guys so much for
on
listening.
like the ladies. Were you like a ladies' man, as in like ever called like a player, anything like that?
I don't know if I was ever like maybe I was.
It's okay. We don't judge.
I think it was like when I was a junior. Look, when I was like a junior and I could drive, it was like you have your freedom, you know? Like, so that was probably the point where I started, like, you know, doing things that I wanted. Oh, I mean, as far as like getting out of the house and stuff like that, like, you know, and meeting girls and taking girls on dates and hooking up with girls.
Like, ever dated more than one girl at a time?
I don't think I was ever really like you know, let me hook up with 3 different girls all at once. No, like it was always like I would only be dating one person at a time. But if I was like, you know, if things had run their course, it's like on to the next, you know, like, you know, high school, raging hormones.
It's all cool. We don't judge up in here. We just spill some tea up in here. Just spill some tea for
It's all good.
Jeremy, the people. Like, do you participate like in like threesomes? Do you like threesomes or? We don't judge.
Never had an opportunity really.
Oh!
You know what? Honestly, I have had an opportunity, but I just think my conscience got the better of me. Like, it's kind of weird, but yeah. I mean, and honestly, I think part of it was also that I was like, I was in a band, and like my singer had a hard policy of like no hooking up with our fans, and my guitarist and I were always like, dude, are you kidding me? That's the entire reason we're guitarists, was so that we could meet girls and get chicks playing the guitar, you know, like
the groupies, right? The groupies.
It's like, what in the hell am I playing this thing for? I mean, 100% the reason that I started playing the guitar was to get girls, okay? 100%. That's the reason I started playing. Get the ladies. So yeah, I mean, I think I had the opportunity with my conscience. I was like, dude, my singer's going to lose her shit if she ever finds out about this. I'm not trying to hook up with our fans and like piss her off. And then, you know.
I could see that. All right, so a little bit of party boy, not too bad. A little bit of a ladies man, not too bad. Okay. First job out of school, like, first job.
Out of college?
That works
out
too.
Of college.
What do you consider first job?
Okay, like first, like professional in the workforce kind of thing. I was a banker.
What?
I started as a teller for like 6 months, and my drawer was always off like $1 or something small, and like you end up getting fired after a while if you can't keep your drawer in balance, which is like, it wasn't always like, you know, like a lot of money. It was always like less than $5. Mm-hmm. And but I was really good in selling stuff like credit cards and, you know, like rewards programs and all that kind of stuff. So my boss was like, "You want to be a personal banker and just open the accounts?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Oh, nice.
And it was like a double like increase in salary and all that kind of stuff. So I started down that path, and I actually ended up being extremely good at my job in banking. Like, I was in banking for almost 14 years.
Oh my goodness.
I would do production that was way beyond anybody's capability. So it was actually a lot of fun when I was in my heyday at my job, because I loved my job, but after a while you just kind of, you feel like you're just making rich people more rich, and then like it is literally like, that's what happens. Like, you know, you're like helping rich people continue to become more and more wealthy, which is not a bad thing, but in a certain regard, you're like, dude, when am I going to be that wealthy? And you realize, you're like, dude, the amount of work that I do, what's the point? So I couldn't multitask after I had a head injury, and I just ended up leaving that job for a more like flexible sales job selling solar panels.
Okay,
so solar power, actually. Yep. That was my first job right out of college, and I was in banking for 14 years.
Can you count it, the money real fast? Like that.
I can. I actually can. I can count money very fast.
I'm such
very,
a slow
very fast.
counter. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Are you done yet? Like, so.
You get that, like, there's like this little like anti-slip stuff that you can put on your fingers that helps you grab the bills real quick, so you just keep going through. Pretty easy. But it's all electronic machines now. You just throw it in the machine and it counts it for you.
So, from banker to guitar guy. So,
yep.
You basically, if I let's back up. So guitar, you started playing off in the church, or
I started like
what made you
I
want to play
started
guitar?
playing.
Just tell us the back.
Okay, so I wanted to play the guitar ever since I saw like rock stars like Metallica on MTV and stuff like that, Pantera, and my buddy up the street. We were playing video games at his house one day, and I noticed he had two guitars sitting in the corner of the room, and I was like, "Do you know how to play that?" And like I just didn't know if they were like for decoration or what. I was like, "You know how to play the guitar? Those are real guitars." And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Dude, can you teach me something?" So he picks it up, and he shows me the first riff that everybody should learn, which is turn my wireless on.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I just had a
Guys, are you
freaking
gonna
Amber
shut it?
Alert right now. So it's
You're good. You're good.
that's the riff that everybody should learn the first time they pick up a guitar. So he taught me Metallica, Enter Sandman, and then every day I would be over at his house, like, just begging him to teach me everything he knew. And so, like, eventually it got to the point, like, a couple months later, I was just, like, past him in like, my parents, I was bugging them for lessons, and so they're like, you gotta get good grades, and it's gonna be your Christmas present, and all that kind of stuff, so I just kind of took off from there. But then from there, kind of plateaued in high school, and
How old were you when you started playing guitar?
10 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I just learned as much as I could from lessons from, my friend up the street. Plus, then I would meet other friends that could play the guitar and learn everything I could from them. And then, like, I turned 16, and my mom was like, "Hey, they're doing like this teen-oriented mass at church. You should go and check it out." So I did, and they played like somewhat decent music compared to like the hymns that you normally hear in church. And I mean, which are cool in their own right, like musically, but it's kind of just boring. So I was like, "Hey, do you guys need any musicians?" And they were like, "We would love to have some more teens join the band and, like, be in this group." And it was just kind of more the merrier. And then eventually they're like, "We want you to take all the lead parts and play all this stuff," because, like, they just liked how I played. So I continued from there, played for 2 years at church, came out to California, and then began as a music major. So that's where I really kind of kicked it into high gear and learned high-level stuff.
Now, were you, like, mainly just doing it for fun? Doing it, like, in a band? Like,
so it transitioned from me
being...
so it transitioned from me wanting to just do it for fun. I had no ambitions of doing it for a living, but I just still loved playing the guitar. To, like, when I was in school, everybody's putting pressure on me to figure out what you want to do for a living and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue still. I had no interest in any of the stuff that I was taking, except for the fun stuff, like film and music and that kind of stuff. I was on the baseball team, and, so it was, like, just kind of one of those things where, like, I had no interest in, like, the academic parts of stuff. Like, my political science teacher was a dick. My math teacher was boring as hell. The science teachers, I think the only class I liked was philosophy, just because it was like, you just sit there and bullshit and talk, like, theories and stuff like that the whole time. So it just kind of got to a point where I was like, I mean, I got to pick something. The one thing that I love doing the most is playing the guitar. And so 1 year in, I switched my major to music, and that's when I actually joined a band as well. So in college, I joined a band, and that band actually got pretty big. We went on the Warped Tour. What's up, Thumpy? We went on the Warped Tour. That was the band that I was in while I was in college. We would play the House of Blues all the time. We got to record at DJ Lethal's studio from Limp Bizkit, who was huge at the time. Like, that was massive. Like, that we got to work with DJ Lethal. We were working with like a subset of, like, Virgin Records. They were kind of, paying for our recordings and all this kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun, during college, playing a lot of that stuff. And I just ended up dropping out because my teacher, I sucked one semester, and my teacher was like, "Dude, what the hell? I mean, what happened? You went from such a great player to, like, this is trash." I was like, "Well, here's the deal. I'm holding down, like, a job right now, working 20 plus hours a week. I'm in a band full time. I'm also in school full time. You know, like, this is tough to juggle. And he goes, all right, so do you want to be a teacher? I was like, God, no, I don't have the patience for this crap. Like, I don't want to teach people for a living. I just want to learn the shit and play it, you know? Like, he goes, okay, well, do you need a piece of paper that says that you can play the guitar? I was like, no. He goes, right, so get out there and play the fucking guitar. And I'm like, okay. So, like, I wasn't happy about it, but I dropped out of school. But my parents were like, buddy, you better have a job lined up if you're not going to be in school and you want to live in this house. I'm like, okay. So that's when I started working at a bank. And then I just loved that job, partially also, too, because, like, I had paid vacation. Like, most tours don't last more than a couple weeks. So, like, if we wanted to go out on the road, just use my paid vacation. Come back then. So it was a lot of fun. Yep.
So, did you make original songs,
yeah.
or was it mainly just cover songs?
No, every band that I was in, we did primarily originals, like 95% originals, and then maybe like 1 or 2 covers every show, something like that. Like, you know, something that fit with our style or fit with our set, for sure. But yeah, it was almost exclusively originals.
Very, very nice. Now, is there anywhere we can actually maybe hear some of the
There's
songs?
a few of them on like SoundCloud somewhere. It's kind of a pain in the ass to find them, but
Gotcha.
there's actually talk of kind of re-recording some of our stuff and releasing it on Apple Music. So we'll see if that ever comes to fruition. But it's kind of funny because like I said, like the record company that we were dealing with, they had all the hard drives, everything that we worked on, and they ended up just never releasing that album. And then the band kind of broke up because our singer was a pill popper and all sorts of weird shit. So, yeah, allegedly. Sorry. This is going on YouTube. Allegedly.
We don't judge. We're spilling some tea with some friends. Guys, you're
I don't want to be getting a defamation lawsuit here in a few minutes.
I heard
allegedly is what I said. Allegedly. But no, like, there's just the band, our drummer took another opportunity with another band that was already pretty well established, and so, you know, it's just, a good drummer is kind of the backbone of every band. It's, like, really hard to, like, start from scratch and find another one, you know, find a brand new one, or somebody that can, like, you can plug and play. So it just didn't work out right after that, so we all kind of went our separate ways, and I ended up finding another band that was a bunch of guys younger than me. They were really good, worked hard, but they just needed to be kind of guided. And since I had already had like a few years experience being in bands and touring, and they were just starting out, they were like at the time, my singer had just got his driver's license. I mean, he was 2 weeks away from getting his driver's license. He was 15 years old, and I was like 22. But everybody else in the band was like over 18 to 21. So it was like our singer was 15, and then everybody was like 18 to 21. But the cool part is that he would bring 100 kids from his high school to every show. Every single show that we would play, 100 people from his high school would show up. And so, like, that's how we got a big start with that band. And we ended up playing some big festivals, open for like Unwritten Law, Zebrahead, Mickey Avalon, like all sorts of cool shows. And then our drummer just decided to have a meltdown, and then like all sorts of crazy drama happened in that band, and then just withered away on that one too. So
the best is yet to come. The best is yet
that's
to come.
how it is, you know. Next man up, you know. Okay, done with that band. Where else am I going? So then you just kind of, you know, move on.
So tell us like a crazy, wildest story that ever happened to you while performing.
While performing, I fell off the stage at the House of Blues.
Oh my god!
I almost hurt myself real bad, but I got lucky. I got really lucky. So it was a packed house that night too. Like, it was, I think we were headlining something for like the Battle for the Warp Tour. It was like the promoter for the show asked us to be like the headliner to make sure that they could pack the place and sell tickets and shit. And so we went and packed the house at a House of Blues show on like a Monday night. It was like sold out. It was crazy packed in there. And we come out, and like I used to do the intro to all of our songs. Where I'd come out, it was just basically, it was basically like this thing, like with distortion on and everything, just for a minute while everybody gets into place, and just kind of a weird weird little like intro. Well, I'm coming out and there was like almost no lights on the stage, and they open the curtain and I walk right out. Normally you can see like a bright strip of tape on the edge of the stage. That's like kind of required. I didn't see it, so I just kept walking because there's smoke everywhere and all this kind of stuff. I fell straight down into the crowd after I walked, but luckily I felt like that I was losing my footing, and so with the other foot I just jumped, and the crowd ended up catching me. That was one of the scariest things that's happened to me on stage. To me. But I've seen many crazier things happen on stage.
That's okay, spill the tea.
All right, my singer, she used to get really crazy on stage. So this was the last band that I was in before I kind of like retired my live performing. This is probably like 5-6 years ago. And she was high energy, getting crazy on stage all the time. And I was like, so how you going to match that next one? And she goes, I got something in store, because we went and saw another band at this same venue like a week before. And dude got crazy. He was literally climbing on the scaffolding and hung upside down and did like an entire song hanging upside down from the scaffolding. She goes, just wait. And then she did the same damn thing. But like when she got down, she kind of did like one of those backflip things where you hold the bar, and then got down and then just jumped straight into the crowd. Like she used to do some badass stuff on stage. Like I've seen her do some crazy stuff constantly, diving off the stage, diving off the speakers. I think she would complain of a hurt ankle every other week. Yep.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So there's some crazy like band stories. What about like crazy fans, like coming on stage? I don't know.
Oh,
like,
I've seen my share of that. Because I mean, keep in mind it was a hardcore metal band, so like at the smaller clubs, like there.
Spill some tea. This is what we're here
Okay,
for.
so like some hardcore clubs that we would play at in like Fullerton, Anaheim. There's Chain Reaction and Slide Bar, and there's like a couple of like pretty big. Slide Bar's not around anymore, but Chain Reaction's a very famous Southern California club for hardcore music. Kind of like how CBGB is like for punk rock in New York. That's how Chain Reaction is for hard rock music in Southern California. So it's like a legendary venue. So I've played there before, and you literally just see people the entire time. It gets so chaotic in the crowd, and they're getting like kind of like just pushed in, and like the pit is crazy. So they'll literally just push themselves up on the stage, take a running start from the side of the stage, and just jump. I mean, it's all night long at hardcore shows. That's how it is, because the stage is not very high off the ground at all. It's like waist high. So you can just go run up there amongst a mass of people and just jump straight off the stage right into people. We call it head walking, because you literally just kind of cruise right off the stage just running, and pray to the gods of concerts that people catch you. I've seen many of those nights where it's just, constant flow of people up on the stage with us, jumping off the stage, creating pits, like doing all. But it is kind of fun too, because security gives them a little bit of a leeway. But like if you kind of give them a heads up, like hey dude, that's like the fourth time this dude has come up here and he just stepped on my pedal for the third time. So how about we don't let him up here again? And if they do keep coming up, that's when you just kick them like straight up, boom, get off my stage. If they start trying to come up again and they start doing stupid stuff on stage, you just kind of kick them straight off, just a little swift kick to the butt, not like Urban Meyer kick, just a little shove. Just a little love shove.
We don't judge. We don't judge here. Guys, welcome to Spill the Tea with our special guest, Guitar God, spilling the tea all about days in the band. As you're following, sharing, tap on that screen.
Days in that band.
Let's have some more fun here.
Yeah, there was definitely some crazy times. Hey, what's up, Mama Taylor? How you doing tonight?
Hey, Mama
Thank you for
Taylor.
stopping by. So yeah, those were fun days. I think I cherished that band a lot. That was the last band that I was in, and we had some of the craziest shows of all the bands that I was in. We would definitely do stupid shit. We'd probably drank way too much.
Tell us Tell us about a crazy party story.
Crazy party
like
stories.
We used
to have our own lockout studio, like where we would practice, record all of our stuff there, and then we had buddies that would have the same thing, and we would do every year. And I'm probably going to do something similar tonight, but we used to do Christmas Jam every year. Every year we would do Christmas Jam, where we would invite literally dozens of the homies from other bands, like just other bands come over. Bring a guitar. Don't worry about bringing any of your other gear. Just bring a guitar, and we've got plenty of amplifiers and all that stuff set up. Let's just hang out and party. Oh my God, I think we used to take, like, we would save up all of the broken shit in the studio for that night every year. Like, we would take, like, old monitors, old, keyboards, old, all sorts of stuff that's just broken beyond repair without it costing too much, and put it in a pile in the studio. And every year at Christmas, we would literally just bust out like sledgehammers or 2x4s and just break the shit out of everything after we were super drunk. I mean, total machismo, like 20-something-year-old guys just doing dumb shit outside of the studio. We would get a keg for like, 20-something people, and everybody would just get wasted and bring whiskey and have some fun and, eggnog and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, those were always a lot of fun times. Like like you're saying, yeah, Roberta. That's exactly how I would describe it as well. It was just chaos. Everybody take something off the pile. If you guys want to come out and break shit, just fine, no problem.
Did you ever trash in hotel rooms?
Nah, too broke for that shit. That's like Motley Crue and Pantera type shit, okay? That's like the stuff that you gotta have real deep pockets if you want to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, that was our version of trashing hotel rooms, was like taking the broken keyboards and broken computer monitors and, and messing with them and stuff. Yep.
So how many guitars do you have?
10 guitars. I always have to count them, even though I can't remember, because it always changes. It's like 10, 11, 12, 9, 10. It's like I'm usually selling or buying one almost every 3 to 6 months. Currently, if anybody would like to buy that green one right there, it's for sale. $2,000. Reverb, hit me up. Anyways. Yeah, I've got 10 guitars currently. Love the color. 10 guitars currently. I still have my first guitar ever, though. It's actually...
Ooh. Can we see? Guys, you're following, sharing, tapping on the screen. Welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G and...
This is my very first guitar I've ever owned in my life. As you can see, it has a built-in speaker. It's tiny, so like it's like literally 3/4 the size of a normal guitar. And you'll buy it for $20. It's probably not even worth $20 on paper, but it's priceless to me because it's my first guitar. It's from a Sears catalog, so like I bought it for $35 from my buddy that was selling it. Although it literally cost like $120 brand new when it was for sale. But it's got like a battery powered pickup and all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna probably get it back into working shape at some point here soon. But yeah, I haven't played this thing in decades, like probably at least 20 years. Yep, first guitar. But yeah, I've got 10 guitars currently. I will be buying many more very soon. You'll buy it for $300,000. Now we're talking. That might be tempting.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
Now.
We're just going to have to... I mean, that's literally like the same price that Kirk Hammett's guitar went for. I'm not Eric Clapton, okay,
You're
guys?
Excused. I understand. So what was, or would you say, your biggest accomplishment ever from either playing the bands, guitar, like, in general?
Actually, you know what? I think it's got to be on Bigo. I think my biggest accomplishments have been on Bigo as a musician. So that's the crazy thing. Like, I've been in music for all my life. Like, once I've been able to really do it, like since high school on. And I think the most success I've had was on Bigo. I was a finalist for Bigo Idol. And I was also on a billboard for Bigo. They asked me to represent their brand. I was on a billboard in Houston and Los Angeles. and then they verified me. I've got a show on here called Just the Strings on Wednesdays, and so yeah, I think those were probably some of my biggest accomplishments because it was like some of these things are kind of like you don't really think about it until it happens. I'm like, I never thought I was going to be on Billboard. Like what?
I know, right? It's just like the unreal feeling. Like that's me. Like that's
yeah,
me. Like,
yeah. I went and took pictures in front of it.
Crazy.
It was really crazy and really surreal. I mean, like you gotta stand there and I'm like, what the fuck? And even that, like my like I was sitting there eating dinner. I went up there with my dad like a couple days after they put it up, and I was sitting there eating dinner and people are walking by, and they kept on like doing double takes and stuff. Like finally, a few of them were like, "I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know you're eating. Is that you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I was sitting there eating on a patio of a restaurant that was right across from it. Like, yeah, that's me. Like, okay. I was like, it's cool. I could notice you kept on walking by. I was like, she's like, yeah, I didn't want to like be rude and interrupt. I was like, hey, I'm here for it. I mean, obviously, I like the attention. I'm on a freaking billboard. Like, yeah.
That is awesome. Congrats on that success. Truly an amazing achievement. Truly.
I actually just had probably the best compliment I've ever received of my professional life, like from guitarists. Last week, somebody sent me a comment that said, "My niece really loves to tune in and listen to you play. She got a new guitar, and she will not stop practicing ever since." He was like, you inspired her. And I was like, dude, that is seriously like the best compliment I've ever had as a musician. Like, that's kind of one of my biggest accomplishments, honestly, is that I've actually inspired somebody else to play the guitar. That's just insane to me. Like, I got goosebumps when he said it. I was like, what the you kidding me?
That is so sweet. Seriously, that is awesome.
I just like to have fun. I think that's my biggest thing is that when you put having fun first, like, and you love your job, I think everything else falls into place. It doesn't ever feel like I'm going to work. It doesn't ever feel like I'm stressed. Well, I mean, kind of stressed when people start being shitheads, but, for the most part, though, it's just fun. I'm on here to entertain people, and it's like the best job I've ever had. I get to play guitar and sit here and bullshit and talk shit to people. I mean, it's okay, sign me up.
Right? When you love something, it doesn't feel like
exactly.
It just,
exactly. I always kind of like
fun.
teach people that are new to our agency too, or new to the app, that if they ask for advice, I just tell them, like, think about this way. Like you'll hear a lot of people on the app talk about, I got to do my hours and stuff like that. It's the same. It's equivalent of me going to somebody's job that's maybe in a sales position, because every single one of us that's broadcasting is in a sales position. We're selling ourselves here for gifts. And I tell people this all the time, like, when you hear somebody talk about, I just got to get my hours in. Oh, I'm sorry you were so troubled to be on here tonight. I guess you're not deserving of my gifts then. See ya. Like, when somebody wants to complain about an opportunity to be here and entertain people and make money, I get bothered by it. So, like, that to me is really, really, like, hey guys, if you're going to be on in broadcasting and be a host, and you're going to be on and sit here and complain that you're not getting gifts, or complain that maybe it's not your audience. It might be you that needs to change things a little bit. Take a little bit of a step back and say, well, what is not working? What is working? Focus on the things you're good at. Focus on entertaining people. If you're not a singer, if you're not a dancer, if you're not... Dude, find a way to have fun playing trivia and games and stuff like that. Or, pulling up current event topics to talk about. And, there's tons of ways to entertain people without making it feel like work. You could literally sit here and play games.
Exactly, right? And incorporate everyone in the game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like when I see someone put on their broadcast title, getting hours.
Yeah.
I cringe.
Yep.
And like,
same with bored, entertain me. Oh
what?
My God, are you kidding me? I'm here to entertain you? That's the most backwards shit ever. Like if you ever put your status as bored, entertain me, I promise I will not come and visit.
Oh my goodness, right? So how did you find Bigo?
So I was actually on another app streaming, and I had become like, I'd worked my way up through the ranks. I started, just kind of back up. I started streaming on the other app when COVID first started, and I was like, I got a guitars, I got, plenty of time. Let me just log on here. I see they have a live thing. Like, let me see if I can entertain some people, and we're just all hanging out and bullshitting from our living rooms, and that turned into, like, people just kept on sending me gifts and sending me gifts and sending me gifts, and I'm like, is that costing you guys money? And they're like, yeah, but it's okay, you're great. And I'm like, nah, I didn't do this for money. But then, like, there's more people that just kept on doing it. One of my buddies was like, dude, you got to embrace it. And people like you, and they like to tune in. Like, you need to embrace it. And so I just started making that my mission to just become better and better at what I did. And when I like something a lot, I kind of, it's not that I obsess over it, but I want to be the best at it. So, like, it's just, I want to be the best streamer. I want to be the best broadcaster. I want to be, and I'm not saying that my goal will come true or come to fruition, but at the same time, if you model yourself to have a certain way to do things, you're going to turn out okay. But that, I basically took that that work ethic, and somebody was like, dude, I think you're going to do a lot better if you go and check out other apps like Bigo. And so I came to Bigo and just was like rooting through streams. I didn't know how it worked here. Same premise generally. You entertain people, they send you gifts. It's all kind of, when you boil it down to the basics, that's how simple it is. So I said, okay, well, let me look at the payouts. And I was just, doing the dino thing where you, like, when you first start, how it's like, go get donuts and feed the dinos by following broadcasters and all this. And so I was just clicking random streams to go follow broadcasters. And nobody was really like, I was like, this is like even worse than where I'm coming from for a second, because I was getting trashy shit after trashy shit. And then finally, which has cleaned up a lot since then, luckily, but, obviously. But, so I ended up finding my agent's stream, and she was like one of the few people that was just bubbly, talking with people, interacting, wasn't shaking her ass, was friendly, smiling. And I was like, hey, I'm new here. Just checking things out. Somebody told me to come check Bigo out, and they said that I'd be a great broadcaster here. And so we just kind of connected the next day, and it was fate. Actually, it's kind of funny because Firesoul, that's in here, I think he's in here. He was actually in the stream that night when that happened. And then we ended up setting up my audition in last year. So this year, it's December 1st of this year was my 1 year on Bigo. So that's how I came to Bigo. But obviously a lot has happened.
Congratulations on celebrating your 1 year.
Huh?
That is awesome. Congratulations on celebrating your 1 year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think it's an accomplishment that I don't take lightly. I mean, I've seen tons of people that I've brought over here myself, like, from the app that I came from, and they don't even hit their hurdle or their tiers the first month. And it's like, wow, guys, I mean, I'm so grateful because I've had so much better luck. Thank you, Mr. I appreciate that very much. I've had so much more luck on here, but I think it's just, I focus my time and energy where it's wanted the most. I want to be here because my fans are here, my supporters are here. I focus my energies where I'm, where I'm needed the most. So, or where I want to be the most. So yeah, that's what kind of, lit a fire under my ass. I was tired of being ignored and brushed aside for like being a verified broadcaster on the other platform, because it's like, I know my content is better than 99% of these jackasses that are on here. Like, I'm, let's call a spade. I work my ass off to provide quality content. I'm not going to be brushed aside and you guys give some jackass, that just wants to be a troll, a verification and give them a massive trending boost. I'll go find someone that wants my talents elsewhere. And so, like, my traffic when I came here was way better. And I know a lot of people talk shit on the bots and that kind of stuff, but honestly, you never know who's a bot and who's not. And if there are really even bots, maybe they're just a bunch of people cussing us out that their comments can't come through. So who knows? Treat everybody as if they're a person in here. Don't let the crap in. If people want to bring the messy stuff in, that's just not me. That's not how we build my streams here. That's just, I want to focus on having fun. And to me, having fun is not making other people feel like shit. So that's how that's how I approach my streams. I want to make sure that everybody's welcome. I play stuff from every genre. I play, I try to accommodate people and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Like, I'm the same way. I'm totally about positivity, no negativity. We push out the negativity, pushing the positivity is the best thing to come. Just believe.
Yeah.
I live by that quote, and I mean it. I live by it. I say it each and every day.
I will say this, though. A big shout out to my trolls. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Just FYI. A lot of people don't know trolls can be your best asset because, like, I can take 2 jackass trolls and get every single person in my stream to start talking mad shit to them, and next thing I know, I've got 700 people in my room. So I love trolls. You guys feel free to come on in here.
There you have it, people. He's spilling some tea.
Yeah, I will interact with trolls and give them the attention they want. They usually regret it. Oh, I lost you. There.
So, do you full-time
Yes,
Bigo now?
I'm full-time on Bigo now. I still do solar sales on the side. So I still do take referrals for solar sales and that kind of stuff to keep up, a little bit of extra income on the side. But yeah, Bigo is my number one priority.
I'm a walking, talking little Bigo.
There you go.
I mean, full-time Bigo.
Exactly.
I absolutely love it. I also sing and DJ as well.
I have heard some of the singing, yes.
But, babe, you check out my new song, You're My Favorite.
I did. I listened to it on YouTube. It's dope. You guys need to go check it out.
You see the music video?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you sent it to me. I think the first night we met. Yeah, it was dope. I checked it out. It was awesome.
Thank you. So be cool like Guitar God and check out.
Yeah, you guys need to go and check her video out after this. Don't do it now. Just after this.
Yeah, after.
And
Thumbs
also
up,
go
comment, subscribe.
And yeah, I was gonna say like it, comment it, subscribe, all that stuff. Those YouTube algorithms. That's actually it's kind of funny because even though I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, the algorithm on YouTube is so vast. That's why I haven't. A lot of people have always said you should go on YouTube, and dude, you know what? That would just mean me starting all over, man. Bigo, the powers that be at Bigo, they love me. I love them. They take care of me pretty well as far as if I ask them for stuff, they help me out. They help me, promote my streams and that kind of stuff, and it's just. I'm happy to have a team that supports me, and this is our opportunity to make what we want out of it. So, at the end of the day, I'm responsible for how much money I make, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm very, very thankful and appreciative. I love everything that Bigo has done for me, and everything just has grown since starting Bigo. It's blows my mind.
Yeah.
Right now, I have over 3 million followers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that. I was like, damn.
It blows my mind. How I never would have thought when I first started this app I'd have that many followers in my life. I'm just it blows my mind.
I know you're the interviewer here, but how long have you been on Bigo?
I have been on Bigo 2 years, 9 months.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a little bit of work to catch up on those follows. All right.
You'll get there.
Like I said, I like to be the best, Healthy competition's always good in my opinion. You can still be friends and want to compete with somebody,
Definitely. And huge shout out to the AG Army. You guys are amazing, and I cannot do it without each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. You guys are family.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah. So we got the mosh pit over here. It's the Guitar God mosh pit.
Ooh, the mosh pit. Getting that mosh pit, y'all. So, besides for guitar and Bigo, what are some of your hobbies?
I love hanging out with my dog. That's one of my favorite things in the world to do. I am a dog lover, man. My dog is so cool. I could hang out with him all day. He's just a big lazy idiot, but makes me laugh. All the shit that he does. He's just super funny, super chill, mellow, but sometimes I'll be like, let's go for a walk and go cruising around the neighborhood. Yeah, I would much prefer hanging out with my dog over people most of the time. But I also love hanging out with my girlfriend. We like to, watch some shows together, cook, as well as, and we actually like to play games too. We play it's kind of funny some of the old school stuff we like to play, but Dr. Mario and And oh yeah, we get some competitive games of Dr. Mario going. But yeah, I mean, we love playing games. She loves to travel, so I mean, I'm gonna have to take up that hobby at some point. I love to go to concerts, but not like you would think. Like I used to go to local shows, tons of them, all the time. Also, big tours that come through. Now it's just more like I just enjoy going to like classic rock shows with my dad, and I go to tons of sporting events. Like we've got season tickets to UCLA football and Anaheim Ducks hockey and Angels baseball, and so like I go to a ton of sporting events with my dad. That's like our bonding time. That's like a big hobby too.
Very, very fun. And now you're in the California area.
Southern California.
I have to ask. Okay, Southern California. Have you ever met any like celebrities?
Oh yeah, I know lots of celebrities actually. They're all musicians. Most of them are musicians. Like
one of the biggest names.
Let me see here.
So
the biggest names that I know would probably be the guys from Mudvayne. When I was in high school, I took lessons. Actually took one lesson from the guitarist of Mudvayne. So those guys I knew pretty well, like when I was younger. But I would say now, I would say probably like some of the bigger celebrities that I know they're musicians. Like singer of Assuming We Survive. I'm going to their show tomorrow night. There's a few other. My best friend actually. I'm sorry, he's a high profile DJ. His name is Edward Mihai, but Danny Mihai sometimes he goes by. He's like a high profile DJ in Vegas. So like he's probably one of my biggest celebrity friends, I guess. I never think about it because he's my best friend, and I forget he's like a celebrity. Like everywhere we go in Vegas is hilarious. Like we never wait in lines, we never pay for drinks. So anytime I go to Vegas, it's like, yep, we're hanging out with Danny.
Get right in.
Yeah, but I know so many people from the music industry that it's just like, I mean, some of them it's like I forgot that I talked to them for a while, and then I'm like I see him again, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, we hung out that one time. Like I said, I used to drink a lot. I don't remember it all.
Now, do you still party?
I mean, I'll kick back once in a while. It's not like I got a problem with drinking, but like every now and then I'll kick back. But I'm not a young buck anymore, man. If I do like one night of drinking with the homies, I am done for the next day, maybe even the following. I just don't recover like I used to, man. I'm 38 years old now, so I mean, I'm getting up there.
Age is just a number.
Yeah, it's a number that's making my knees hurt.
Favorite drink?
I'm a big fan of Jameson, so just like Jameson ginger or like, Jack and Coke or something like that. But beers, silver bullets all day long. I like Coors Light. How about you? How about you? Do you like to drink?
I know how to.
No. You put the liquid in your mouth and you
I used to
swallow
actually bartend. I was a licensed. Oh yeah. Actually, I have my license in New York State for bartending.
Okay.
So I know how to bartend.
Didn't know there was a license you needed.
My go-to drink. You don't have to, but it does help a little.
Gotcha. Like ABC certified kind of thing, like alcohol. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, you can call it that. Usually like a blush wine, the pinkish wine, or Absolute Stoli or Goose on the rocks with 4 limes.
4 limes, okay, that's a lot.
Definitely. So, what would you say is your pet peeve?
Oh, there's too many of those. All right, here's my biggest pet peeve in the entire world. I will cuss you out even if we're in church. If you cut in line, I will cuss your ass out. If you cut in line, I am not taking it. Nope, not having it. You are not more important than me. Your spot is behind all of us that have been standing in this line. And if you get in front of me, I will make sure you hear about it until we get to the front. Everybody will know that you cut in line. Promise. I hate that shit. Sorry, you got my blood. I think my blood pressure just raised like 40 points talking about it. I hate motherfuckers that cut in line.
Any other pet peeves?
When it comes to music, people that don't practice. That's another pet peeve. That's a big one.
Okay. Must practice. Don't cut in line.
Don't cut in line.
Have any tattoos?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of those. Shit. Nah, it's too much to take this shot. They're like up here and stuff. But this one is my first tattoo. Well, that's one. That's a dog bone with my old dog's name on it. But this one's like a bunch of roses and a guitar. I can't really. It's hard to see right now. So the sweatshirt is not that pliable. But then I think probably my most fun one is my Chicago Cubs Wrigley Field marquee, because I'm a diehard Cubs fan. So.
Okay. Any piercings, Prince Albert?
No, none of those. I actually used to have like 6-gauge earrings and stuff, but I took those out when I started like, working in Newport Beach as a banker. Not too many people are into that.
Just asking, so no Prince
Nope.
Albert?
Mm-mm. I am not sticking something through that. Nope.
Any plans ever? Have you ever been to like a gentleman's club?
A gentleman's club? Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Ever was the exotic dancer?
I used to date a stripper, actually. I was like 20 years old. I was dating a stripper at the Spearmint right now. Yeah.
Were you ever an adult entertainer yourself?
No. I mean...
No plans to?
No. Never had any plans to shake my ass on a stage or put it out there on the internet. Not really, no. No, I have no problem with people that do too. Hey, we all got to get our rocks off, right? I mean, someone's going to do it.
So, no plans in the future, Guitar God on the hub coming soon?
No, don't think that's going to be... Yeah, I think I would probably be cut out of every family will, as well as probably never hear from my parents again. I was brought up in a pretty, I'm not strict, but like pretty traditionally conservative house, Like,
oh, baby. Oh, thank you.
You know what? Honestly, Mr. Poon, if I see them, they get deleted. Honestly, man, my girlfriend comes by and flashes me every now and then at the door. I'm like, yeah, I just saw some boobs. You guys didn't, haha. So I don't really, it's that kind of stuff. Honestly, to me, when somebody sends me like an unsolicited like booby pic, it's like the equivalent of dudes sending dick pics to girls. Like, dude, why? What's the point? What did I ask you for that? No. Now, congratulations. All you made yourself feel like to me is a low self-esteem girl that just wants one thing out of me. Sorry, no. No, I don't have a problem if people do it, but that's just how it comes across to me. It's like, dude, I don't want, like, I'm sure girls don't want me sending pictures of my dick. I'm the same with people sending me boob pictures if I didn't ask for them. And dick pics. Dude, I get dick pics from guys, too. What the fuck? I mean, come on, guys. We don't, just because we're other dudes doesn't mean that we want unsolicited penis pics in our stuff. Come on. Forward them to you first. I got you, Mr. Poon. Don't worry.
Thank you. And when I get a gift, I get so excited. I can barely.
I was gonna say you got a beast trainer over there, didn't you? That was a good one. Yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh, thank you.
Hey, speaking of anybody that has those gala tickets, you guys can feel free to drop those over here. Oh, hey, we got the same kind of chair.
If you ever were, let's say hypothetically, were to do an adult film, a porn star, what would your name be?
Oh, I have no idea. That's a good one, man. Nobody cares what the guys' names are. Who cares? I'd just be BS because my name is Ben Smith. There, starring BS.
Coming in hot.
I have no idea. That's a good one. But like I said, I mean, it's not like I'm a girl that needs to come up with a catchy name. Like, I think in the porn industry, you just have to be like, for a dude, you just have to have a very large penis and a pretty decently put together body. I mean, I might qualify, but it's not my aspirations. So I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I would have be like you guys come up with one. You tell me what sells. I'm just here to provide the talent.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Lusty.
Some more fun ones.
Appreciate that.
How about... Have you ever gone on a blind date?
Oh, plenty of those, yeah. I don't think a single
Good
one of them worked out.
bad
No, not a single one of them worked out, no. That was like when I was younger and stuff.
Okay.
Like, oh, I've got a friend that you should go out with. And then I'd go and then, no, hell no.
Just asking.
You.
Can you tell us about your wildest, craziest, oh my god date? I don't know, she ran off with someone else at the table. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Something crazy happened.
I had this one girl that I met her online, like an internet dating site thing, and like I went and picked her up after one of my shows, and like we went back, and I swear to God, she had a tube top on, and it was driving me nuts because like we were at a club, my buddy was like spinning at this club after one of my shows, and so I met him there, and I picked up this girl and was like, hopefully she's not crazy. Like, you know, we're gonna have a good time. Like, I felt like I got to know her pretty well, and cut to, she got really drunk, and so like she was just dancing all night and having fun, but she was wearing a tube top, and I swear to God, her boobs came out at least 5 times while she was dancing. I'm like, I swear to God, like seriously, can you just like keep your shirt on? Like, how hard is this? Keep your shirt on. We're here with like hundreds of people. You're up on the stage dancing. Like, we're about to get kicked out, and my buddy's getting pissed. And so finally, like, you know, after she argued with me about stuff, I'm like, look, man, I can just get you an Uber home right now if you'd like, or like we can just leave. And so like, she was like really bummed out. But then it turned into this whole like drunken fiasco of, I love you. I'm like, you just met me 3 hours ago. What are you talking about? Like it just was, it went way off the deep end and stuff. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I think I ended up like, cause she didn't want to, or she didn't like have a place to go that night. No. Oh, that's what it was. She lived with her mom, and her mom was trying to get it in with her boyfriend that night. And so she was like, can I crash at your place? And I was like, yeah, but I ended up like sleeping on the couch. I was like, nah, dude, no thanks. Yeah, it was nuts. That was probably one of the craziest, just because like she was just out of control the whole night. I'm usually a pretty good judge of character, so like people don't generally embarrass me too badly before I cut the like. Nah, I'm done.
Hey, we don't.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. Like
we're just spilling some tea.
Oh no, you can feel free to
at the
judge
same
her
time.
crazy. That's all you want. That was nuts that night, man.
Oh, okay. Well,
Tube tops annoy me a little bit ever since that day.
you don't like tube tops. No tube tops.
Because have you ever noticed a lot of times when girls wear tube tops, they spend just as much time going like this, pulling it up? Mr. Poon, I have never been arrested. I've never even been in handcuffs.
Okay. Any other crazy date stories? I mean, I feel like you have a few up your sleeve here.
You know what? I may have some other crazy date stories, but I think I like kind of flushed them from my memory, just because, like, ever since I met my girlfriend, I've been super happy. I almost forgot what it was like to like date someone that's shitty or like, you know, go through the crap. It's like I've just flushed it. Like, you know, I've met the love of my life. She's cool. We're gonna get married. All this kind of stuff. I don't even want to think about what I did before I met her. I'm sure there's a few of them in there, like, you know, where I'm like, oh, that's right, that one time with that fucking crazy shit that happened, or, yeah.
Oh my god. Well, congratulations on that special someone.
Thank you.
Met.
I appreciate it.
All
She's
works
awesome.
out. Best of luck. I had a few fun little questions for you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hence, I've never been arrested. Wolf.
Do you have any fetishes?
I don't think I've ever, like, I mean, I've kind of explored a little bit, but I don't think I've ever found something that's like, that's my jam. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever, like, I hate to say it, I'm somewhat vanilla on that kind of stuff.
We don't judge, we're just asking.
Yeah, I don't.
Dressing up.
Sorry to disappoint, ladies. Sorry. My fingers do this really fast, but other than that, I mean, I'm kind of vanilla.
I'll tone it down here. So, what are 3 words that describe you best?
3 words. Loyal, hardworking. We can call that one word, right? Hyphenated words.
Sure,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I would say, third one. That's going to be a hard one. I guess talented.
That you are. That you are. All right. If a genie granted you 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for?
I mean, obviously, everybody wants like the wealth, so I want unlimited wealth with no complications, because that's where people always mess up. They don't think about the problems that come with it. I want unlimited wealth, but with no complications. So, yeah, that's where I would say that would be my first one. And obviously, like you got to follow the Aladdin rules, right? Like no wishing for love or any of that kind of stuff. So I would probably say also my second one would be that we find a solution to world hunger. That would probably be another one, because I think a lot of other things fall into place when that happens. And then I don't know, man. Third one was a tough one. Probably. I think I'd want to have possibly infinite knowledge too, because I think if you have infinite knowledge, you can pretty much create your own path on everything. Everything, If you know everything about everything, nobody's going to ever be able to question you. Nobody's ever going to be able to, you can do things throughout your life knowing that you have the answers to questions, So I think that would be another cool thing to do. Have infinite knowledge.
Those are some good 3 wishes. I like that. Like limitless.
Yeah, you would be absolutely limitless if you have infinite knowledge. Especially if you have the unlimited money resource with no complications, and then you end everybody's, world hunger problems, then shit, man. You're just unlimited as to what you can do.
The sky's the limits. All right. Favorite swear word?
Oh, F and F this and motherfuck that and you motherfucking what the fuck is... Yeah.
Okay. He likes the F word, y'all.
F word sometimes. I do say shit a lot too, though. I do say shit. Because that's like the acceptable alternative to the F word these days.
Okay. Plans for the holidays. What are your plans for the
Drink
holidays?
eggnog and open gifts and hang out with my lady and my family and stuff. So I just we kind of have a.
Are you cooking?
Oh yeah, I mean my dad usually does like a standing rib roast, so we'll be eating over there, and then like prime rib and all that stuff, and then just hang out at my parents' house, my girlfriend's parents' house, mom's house, and then yeah, just hang out and watch Christmas movies probably and play with toys. My parents still go overboard on Christmas, and I'm totally okay with it.
I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Okay, so a few more questions before we wrap up here. Anything you like to tell the people about or share? Any upcoming events you have?
Like I said, if you guys can, make sure you guys go to the Bigo Discord. There's a channel on there that's Guitar God Questions. So if you guys can ask me any questions that maybe didn't get asked tonight that you guys can think of, as well as maybe even recycle some of the questions tonight that were some good ones that you guys like the answers, so that we can talk about it to other people on my show when they're on. So yeah, definitely submit some questions there. I'd appreciate it. Plus that helps make me look cool to the Bigo team. They're like, oh, Guitar God's got a lot of people asking questions. Let's use him again. So that would help me out a lot. But yeah, that's about it for right now. You guys can also check out my weekly show. It's called Just the Strings on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. PST. But yeah, and I also tomorrow night, I will be live at a show in Southern California. That's actually going to be a pretty big show with my buddies in Assuming We Survive and Cromwell. I will be broadcasting their performances as well as doing interviews before and after their sound checks and sets. So it'll be a good time for me to catch up with those guys, and you guys will get a lot of backstory and history about those bands too. So really excited for that. But other than that, just every day, you guys come on over here. I'm like the human jukebox. You got a song you want to hear, put some money in the jukebox, and I'll try and play it for you. That's how it works.
I love it. I love it. So I have this one question I ask every interview. What was your favorite, oh my God, question that shocked you of the night?
Man. I have such a bad short-term memory.
That one that was like, did she just say that? Like,
I think the are you a
she
stripper?
just say-
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. It was like, yeah, no, I'm not a stripper. Come on, dad bod here, okay?
I gotta make
Dad bod. Maybe if I was like back in like 25 again, I'd be like, that's right, I'm a sexy bitch here, y'all.
Guys, make a wish.
11:11. I got 3 hours until that happens over here, y'all.
Don't say out loud, type or text.
That is a great question right there, Monty. Go and ask that one on the Discord, because that one I think is going to come up a lot. Because that one's that's like an existential question I could sit here and talk about a half an hour. Who's your favorite guitarist? I'll tell you right now, my number one favorite guitarist all time, number one, that's all. Dimebag from Pantera. Favorite guitarist of all time. He literally inspired me to want to be a guitarist when I saw like videos of him playing stuff. Yeah, he's my favorite guitarist of all time. So, would you mind if I play a tune for everybody before we go?
I was actually about to ask you, would you play a song for us before we wrap up? I have to. Come on, guys. What song is this? Is it original or?
This one, you guys will probably all know this one. This is probably one of the most fun songs that I play on the guitar. It's one that a lot of people know. I'm going to do something real quick, make sure that I'm still in tune here, because it's cold here in Southern California today. And by cold, I mean 50 degrees. That's very cold for us. So like when the temperature changes like 20 degrees in a day, my guitars, their necks just do this for like a whole day. So it's like 24 hours of just pulling strings here. But luckily, well, thank you once again for having me on. I really appreciate it. I promised my girlfriend that I wasn't going to stream tonight. And like after this, I'm going to go and hang out, and we're just going to chill and watch TV and cuddle and relax. So I need a nice, relaxing night off.
To have fun, enjoy the night. Thank you once again for gracing us with your presence. It was an absolute honor and pleasure. I really enjoyed it. I think everyone here definitely did too. You're so talented. I wish you the best luck in each and everything. Happy holidays from my family to yours and the AG Army family.
Hey, you feel free to come on over here and request a tune anytime. Mm-hmm. And anybody that wants access to, just send me a DM on here. Ask me for the Discord link, because you guys can find a set list of all of my songs on there that I know. So it's like 90 plus songs, and everybody can find something they like usually. But it's ever growing. It's almost up to 100 now. So just guys text me or just message me on the app here, and I'll send you the Discord link so you guys can check out all the song list. And then Alicia, look forward to having you come be a guest on my show sometime, hopefully.
Definitely. We'll talk. Once again, thank you so much. Happy holidays. Bless you, and the guitar.
Thank you very much.
Boom, boom, baby.
All right, kick up.
Can I get a?
We'll go. Okay.
Can I get a boom boom baby on
yes.
3? 1, 2, 3.
Boom boom baby.
Boom boom baby. Much love. Sure to follow him, guys. He was
all right,
awesome.
guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1. Okay, bye.
Thank you. That was absolutely amazing. So much fun. I absolutely loved it. I hope you all did too. Guys, that was Spill the Tea with Alicia G and that one special guest, Guitar God. He knocked out of the park. Oh my goodness. Guys, be sure to follow him on all his social media. Follow me on all my social media. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Hit that bell for notifications. Subscribe. Tap Bigo on that screen. Tap on that screen. Love you guys. Thumbs up. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being amazing. Happy holidays. Baby. And 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, baby. Thanks for watching. Till next time, on Spill the Tea with Alicia G and that one special guest. Love you guys, and boom, boom, baby.